Grand Rising, Elizabeths.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Happy
And
holiday.
rising.
Happy
Oh, we all sound so
holiday.
nice. Oh, welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. I'm Sister Deitra. I have other hosts, Sister Ebony, who is doing something else, and Sister Jacqueline. The last I talked to her, she needs our concentrated thoughts on healing because she's going through a little something. But I'm here. Yay.
Hey.
And today is December 26th, 2023. Oh, we made it down here through
Yeah.
the year. And I want to say Habari Gani. You might say, what does that mean? Well, it's Swahili for what's going on, what's happening. And then you say the day of, the Kwanzaa. So there's Umoja. So you would say Umoja. You would say Umoja back to me. Habari Gani.
Umoja.
Yay. And that means unity. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to actually do an oracle reading right now. Let's see. And today is Mami Wata. Can y'all see that one? Well, you know what? I don't know if you can see it, but with my camera being dark and room being whatever. Okay, that's Mami Wata. And she is the goddess of emotional nakedness. I know, right? And she is of the Griot temple, and she is of the water element. Okay, I can't even read these last songs. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikoba River. They live in the Ikoba River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. So she's a mermaid. Mami Wata influences emotion and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Well, go on, Mama Wata. Okay, and her guidance is hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower. I'm going to read that again. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. And the embodiment for Mama Wata is being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I haven't been showing you the whole me, but I am starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Ooh, I'm going to read that one again. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story. Cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Wow. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Goddess declaration is, I have the courage to be vulnerable. That's a lot in that. Truly a lot. Does anyone have anything to share? Vulnerability.
What was the name of that card again?
The
Mama.
name of this card is Mami Wata, the goddess of emotional nakedness. Let's see. Feeling vulnerable. Yeah, I think for me, being around people who have treated me kind, I can be vulnerable. I don't mind showing the side of me that um is open to critique or because they're not being I realize if they're going to share anything with me, people who show me kindness and love, whatever they have to share is going to help me. It's not going to hurt me. So I'm okay with being vulnerable.
Yeah, I see the picture.
Yes, yes, yes. That's it.
Yes.
Mommy water.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like not being afraid to be who you are.
Yes.
Just being free to be who you are, not being concerned about what people say about you.
Yeah.
Because no one knows us better than we know ourselves and better than God knows us.
Right. True.
Knows us better than we know ourselves. And what God says goes.
Right.
God says we're beautiful, then we're beautiful.
Yes.
That's just it.
That's it.
So God said, so he said to me once, he said, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I said, yes, it is. And then he said, so now behold the beauty within yourself.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful.
Yes. Say
So
that one more time.
Yes, please.
God said, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I said, yes, it is. And then he said, so now behold the beauty within yourself.
That's nice. I just take that in.
Since God
Yeah.
says we're beautiful, then we're beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
So we have to stop disagreeing with our creator.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Yeah. Thanks for
that's what
sharing that.
vulnerable means to me.
That's so
wonderful. That's wonderful. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Star.
Said, hi, Mama Head, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Habarigani.
Habari Gani Umoja.
Moja and Jamasante. Yes, yes. Grand Rising. All right.
Yeah, but I was thinking about what Star was saying. Is that we have so much beauty around us. It's like each of us bring to the table so much different things. I mean, it might be different from one another, but it's still beautiful. It's just so much beauty. Each of us brings maybe something different, like I said, but it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I wanted to say that when I think about I'm not really a people pleaser, not really. And also I don't give a darn what people think about me. Don't care. I never have. I really, I think I stopped doing that especially when I was younger and I used to beat up on these boys who used to make fun of me in school. I don't care what you think, but you better stop making fun of me.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. The way you feel about me, that's your business.
Exactly. Exactly. And it seems like, as I got older, that's how I begin to feel. Like, but when I was younger, I was a little more sensitive to how the people felt about stuff. But now, whatever. I wish I had time to worry about all that. I don't.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or advantage, or is that an advantage or a disadvantage? Like,
I think it's an advantage because for you to that's a worry that's not on your mind about what somebody thinks about you. You know, I'm very what I can say is that I feel when someone doesn't like me for no reason. You never met me, but you don't like me. And yeah, I feel that about several people. Let me think. That happened when I worked in the daycare. The kindergarten teacher didn't like me, and I didn't care because she was a little anyway. But I didn't care how she felt about me, and I remember one instance where she, you know, I guess she had hired this older woman, older at the time, to be like a grandmother figure and be there at the end of the day with the children, before they got picked up. I had cleaned everything, did everything I was supposed to do, got the kids' stuff together. It was on the hook, ready to be picked up. And she said, I really don't think you should leave her here by herself on her first day. And I said, you should have called me and asked me that first thing this morning before I left the house, and I would make arrangements. However, my ride is here and I need to go home to my child. And I think she actively worked on getting me fired.
Wow.
And I guess she thought I was gonna spaz out. So it was so funny. Yeah. And I said, okay. When the boss told me, but I don't think it's gonna work out. And she's the one hired me from another job. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So she had to pay me almost a year for unemployment. I'm like, okay, that's fine. See you later.
Right.
And walked out.
Yeah, but I think about, when we have no control over what someone else thinks.
Right.
Oh, I mean, how can I do anything about that? You can think what you want to think. I have no control over it. So about being an advantage or disadvantage, it doesn't really fit in that category for me. I believe that no, it does. It does. It's an advantage to think. I mean, to realize that I have no control of what other people think. So if I'm gonna try to change that, that would be a bit much. Because who knows if we can.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the standpoint of my son. My oldest son, he really don't care what nobody think. Like, he really don't care, okay? And so
Okay.
I be like, so he will walk around, not shave, not be like, at what point is you gonna say, this is it, it's time for me to get my face in order, my check? He really don't. I don't care about what no people think. I don't care. I don't want to get one right now, so I'm not gonna get one right now. I mean, he really don't care. And I feel like sometimes when you're doing things, you only got one time to make a
Make
first
an
impression.
Impression.
You know what I'm saying? First time make a impression. At what point did you don't you don't care? He just really don't care. And I never raised him like that. Like, his daddy's always well groomed. But honey, he'll have this all. I'm like, at least keep it tank. I mean, he just don't care. I don't care what nobody think about him. He don't care about his appearance. He just don't care. Sometimes he'll go ahead and get himself together, but then sometimes he just don't care. So that bothers me sometimes that he don't care.
Right.
He don't care what people think.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Yeah. I
Well,
also remember in school, I was in middle school, and this girl, I felt she didn't like me, but we were all in the same like group of friends. And by the end of the year, because I just kept being me, she wrote in my yearbook, at first I didn't like you, and I couldn't understand why. And I couldn't understand why everybody else liked you. And now I know why, and I like you.
Oh, wow.
I said, okay.
Grand Rising, Maureen.
Mm.
Um,
Really nice, Mama hat.
oh yeah, you do
Over
look
the weekend.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes, girl, you looking good, honey.
You look like you going to the office. I don't know. You look like you getting ready to work.
But I did go to the office. I went to my studio and did my 5 rights, and now I'm at my second office at the Elizabeth.
All right. Okay.
Maureen said Grand Rising to you too, everyone.
Lakeisha,
Yes, ma'am.
just a little something in reference to your oldest son, because this is something in reference to me that I didn't care either. You know, Sheila had said something once. Said, Pam, she was just cute and she didn't care, so I felt like I had to help her. Well, there was too much going on up here, and being concerned about what other people thought, there was no room for that. No room, because that comes with other stuff that takes up room that I'm not willing to give up. So think about it like that in reference to your son. Ain't no room for that. I got other things going on. So yeah.
Yeah, he is very intelligent. Like I'm just like amazed on his frame, his mind, and how he thinks about things. But he really don't care.
I was thinking, how does he feel about how he looks? Does he feel he looks good? Because maybe that's the reason he doesn't worry about changing anything, because he feels.
Girl, he just don't. He don't. He don't care. But sometimes he'll go ahead. Sometimes he'll just go ahead. Okay, Mama, go ahead and shave and get himself together. But
Okay.
And his fiance loves him. Yes.
I guess he done got a lot better since he's been with this one. But before, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's awesome and amazing.
Yes.
Raising him, he just didn't care. He didn't care.
Okay. Hey, Mama Head, what's up?
Okay. I'm sitting here listening to you all and knowing, well, I've said similar, but I'm just going to break it down how I think about this and listening to it being said that we say we don't care. From my aspect, when I say I don't care, I'm thinking to myself, like, you have to care to not care. There's the chaos and the order of a thing. Maybe it doesn't bother you now because in a moment you may say you don't care. I'm talking about me now. In a moment I may say I don't care, but on the other side I do, but I may not care at the moment. So maybe I'm just thinking in aspect of it, like it's not bothering me, right? Because it's a moment to moment thing. Because if you sit down, when we say we don't care, at some point you go sit down and think about it. So now, is that not caring? Because you have to think about it to say you don't care. You're aware of the feeling that you get and whatnot, but you do care. I don't know. I hope you all are getting what I'm not saying.
I am. I'm getting what you're saying. Yes, ma'am.
Because tomorrow I might go, son, that. Or like when Mama Evelyn explained it, then she said, she was herself. And I'm like, do you not care or do you care and it's not bothering you? That's my question.
That was good. Because listening to the conversation about caring, like I don't know. I do care. Like I care about what people think. You know, I to a certain degree, depending on what it is. So like I care about when I go in front of the seniors, how I present myself. Like I care about, you know, how I'm going to say things and how I'm not going to say things. Like I care about, you know, me being a professional. Like I care about what my clients think about me, the service that I'm providing, not providing. Like I care.
Right.
That's not if that's a bad thing to be caring about what people think. But I've always believed, you know, you only have one time to make a first impression. And
Right.
so even though I do these events all the time, there's still new people.
Right.
Right.
And building relationships. So I care about my customers and what they think about natural living by design. Are we presenting ourselves professionally or are we not? You know, so I don't know. I've always cared about what people thought about me. That's so I always tried to live my life right, do the right thing, because you know,
Yeah.
I cared. I don't know if that's a flaw, the care.
So,
You know,
I know.
everybody not gonna like you, and I don't care
Right.
about everybody because everybody not gonna like that. I don't care about. Whether
yeah,
you like me or not, I'm just gonna do the right thing. Like people
yeah,
maybe don't like me for whatever reason.
Right.
I just do my job. Like, hey, how you doing? I speak anyway and go about my business. I don't care
Yeah.
whether you speak or not. Long as
Right.
I do what I'm supposed to do,
Yes, that's
that's
the main
that
thing.
matters to me.
oh yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, I mean, just to care what somebody thinks about me just because, you know. But yeah, I would get up and wash my face and brush my teeth and comb my hair because I'm not gonna go out there just looking any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Just I do care about that, and I actually want to dress a little more exuberant, but not too much more. But there are some role models that I like. Is like mm, from sweet potato pie sensation, sweet potato sensations. That
Edible.
yeah,
Yeah.
I look at her and I said, "Oh, I can't wear all that, but I love the way." And then the other one, what's her name? Aloe? Is it Aloe? Just love the way they dress. It's just
Right.
phenomenal. I said, but I put a little bit of that in there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there this year because I said, yeah,
Okay.
I like the way they jazz up their dressing and stuff. That's really cool.
Well, that's nice.
But
So what? Thank you, Mom Evelyn. So, Mama Lakeisha, here's my thing. Um, when we present to people, people, we have an idea. All of us have our idea of what a thing is. Like some of us are probably maybe a tenth or maybe a lot different than our mothers, right? How they did their thing or presented. And then there's also people who may not have grown up the way that we did. And so we feel like we're presenting our best self and they may feel, one way or another about it. So what do I want to say? Is that being subjective or objective? I don't know. I don't know which word I want to use, but it's all how we're perceived or how we perceive a situation and how another person will perceive a situation. Like in one place, if I talk a certain way or, the code switching thing that we have, that we're known for, especially as, people of color, we may present ourselves one way in front of one group. And then over here, we're different. One good example is that my husband said, he said, watch a businesswoman come into a club. She's classy, she's drinking her drink. She has her business suit on, but let that trap music come on. Now she like this.
Right.
And I'm not saying everybody does that, but there are some things that will alter how we present ourselves. And then like when we're looking at another person saying, wow, can't you, fix that up or not listen to that type of music. Like with Isis, I'm listening to some of the stuff she may listen to that she may not necessarily, she didn't listen to this music when she was younger. And then I looked at how her friends changed what she listened to, right? So, and then I'm thinking or watching how they're dressing, and I'm like, oh no. But then Haru would tell me, Mama had, were you a Prince fan? I was like, yes. I said, you remember how he dressed? And I went, oh.
Right.
Or when we see women, we had sisters that would come to their children's promotion from 5th to 6th grade or whatever. Mama's got on the little short suits and whatnot, the little short skirts, and the teachers were like, oh, look what she got on, you know, and I'm thinking to myself now, these mothers are here for their children.
Right.
You got some that don't even show up, so they don't have nothing on, right?
Right.
In a way. So, and then I thought about it. I said, now, the people, the we that are talking about the way the mothers are dressed, did you wear clothes like that when you were younger? Did you wear short skirts, mini skirts, whatever's in? That's what, sometimes we go with the trend, right?
Yeah, and then you had to ask, could they wear that? That's the issue too. They probably couldn't even wear it.
Right. Or you did and now you can't. And now you feeling some kind of way because so-and-so.
Right.
So, what is all of this that we do? Because that's the one thing I do is I'll look at a thing, and sometimes I have to get help on remembering.
Right.
Or I'll sit there and I go, you used to, because I was always proud of my legs. I'll have my legs out. I'll have the short skirt on with the little, we used to wear the flat pumps, the ones that didn't have such a high heel. It was the Madonna and Jolie Watley stage.
Yeah.
The skirts, the shorter skirts, and then the brooch with the shirt with the brooch. So I would have my legs out, but all this was covered up. I'm covered. I'm smothered and covered like gravy up here. But legs, I had legs out. But what we think is this, another person may say that it's that.
Right.
What is it? What is it? Care.
I know this conversation made me think about my aunt Hazel. Like, she was the monarch of the family. That's where everybody went. You go to her house, you're liable to see everybody because she fed everybody. Everybody, that's the house she went to. But I love boots, and I used to love the high heel boots that come up to your knee. And she could not stand it. Why you always wearing them hooker boots? She always called them hooker boots. Can you tell her not to wear those hooker boots? But I ain't care because I liked my I liked my hooker boots. I ain't care what nobody thought about me. And my boots.
Right. Yeah, the knee high, thigh high or knee high boots.
Girl, yeah, honey. I love boots, girl. I love boots. Fall is my favorite. I can get my boots out.
And in caring and not caring, how do you allow it to affect you? Do you allow it to affect you to the point where, you lose your peace because of it? You're all stressed out, you're upset, you're disturbed, you can't have a good day because you're allowing it to affect you in a negative way.
That was good.
Because nobody can upset you, nobody can make you angry, nobody can frustrate you without your participation.
That's right.
That's right. Amen. Amen. Is that a good thing?
And sometimes it even bothers them because they can't get to you.
Right. True.
So that makes them more upset or mad.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I often talk about that. The truth is very quiet. The truth, and it only has to speak one time. A lie, it's all shiny and dangly, and I'm gonna tell it again. I'm gonna tell another person and another person and another person. You keep telling people, and you could tell nobody believe because after a while the lie dial down.
Right.
But it's very loud and very, and it's always, it's an ever changing, it's an ever evolving story.
Right.
But the truth, I only have to say this one time, and I'm just gonna be right here. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be this, and I'm gonna be right here.
Right.
You might not like me, but I got different. I can help you. I can help you with a toothpick. I can help you with floss. But you might not like me, but I'm gonna just be right here and be me. And one day you're gonna eat something and you're gonna need it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But I'm gonna
Good
just stay right here,
analogy.
stay quiet.
Good analogy. That's right.
But yeah, thinking about it, elementary school, how so Pam, I like the way you put that. It's like, how does it affect you? Maybe we don't let it affect us when we, somebody says a thing or whatever, And some days it may encourage you to, it may encourage you to make a change, It maybe you need to change the cipher you in or change your mind, But how are we, I like that. How are we affected by things that are, gifted us, even if we didn't ask for the gift?
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, thank you all for the conversation. That was very, very, very intriguing. Um, but I want to move on to describe our show today. It's going to be a little different, but wonderful. Um, as you all know, today is the first day of Kwanzaa. And so since it's the first day, we're going to give a little history of Kwanzaa, and we're going to go over the first day, Umoja. We're going to cover it. I'm going to work with Sister Lakeisha.
Hey.
Hey, yep. So we're going to kick it off, I think, however you want to, Lakeisha.
Okay. So I found this short video. It's 10 minutes, approximately 10 minutes long. It's a brief history of Kwanzaa holiday and 6 amazing facts that I didn't know about. So I thought that might be interesting to share. And if I can get the power.
Yeah, I think you already got it.
Okay. The screens I never have up.
Step into Wix Studio.
Can you see it?
The new web creation platform.
Not yet.
It's dark right now. Oh, there it
Now we
is.
see it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What is Kwanzaa? How did it start? Is it a holiday? These are some of the
Trying
questions
to
we'll answer in
enhance
this
the
video.
screen.
Thank you for watching the Matter of Facts channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more fact-based answers to unusual.
I apologize. Here we go. There we go.
What is Kwanzaa? How did it start? Is it a holiday? These are some of the questions we'll answer in this video. Thank you for watching the Matter of Facts channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more fact-based answers to unusual questions. Dr. Maulana Karinga, American professor of Pan-African Studies at the California State University at Long Beach, established Kwanzaa in 1966 during the aftermath of the Watts Riot and the Black Freedom Movement. Kwanzaa is a non-religious, non-political African-American holiday that celebrates family, community, and culture, and commemorates African heritage of Black Americans whose ethnic history was stripped away by the slave trade. The holiday also gave African Americans an alternative to the Christmas holiday and an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history rather than imitate the dominant society's practice. Professor Karinga believed that Christianity was a white religion that Black people should shun. But as Kwanzaa gained mainstream acceptance, Professor Karinga changed his position so that practicing Christians would not be alienated. As stated in the 1997 book, Kwanzaa, A Celebration of Family, Community, and Culture, Dr. Karinga said Kwanzaa was not created to give people an alternative to their own religion or religious holidays, but to reaffirm and restore our roots in African culture. So Kwanzaa is a cultural rather than a religious holiday and can be celebrated regardless of a person's faith tradition. Many African Americans who celebrate Kwanzaa do so in addition to observing Christmas. Kwanzaa's creation also underscores the central premise that you must have a cultural revolution before the violent revolution. The Cultural Revolution gives identity, purpose, and direction. The name Kwanzaa derives from the Swahili phrase Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits. First fruit festivals existed in southern Africa and celebrated in December and January with the southern solstice. The celebration dates back to ancient Egypt and Nubia. Professor Karinga chose Swahili as the language of the festivities because it is the Pan-African language, not necessarily defined by a particular region or tribe. Also, Professor Karinga was particularly inspired by an account he read of the Zulu festival Umkosi Wosalawa. He decided to spell the holiday's name with an additional A to have a symbolic 7-letter. Now that we have a brief history lesson on Kwanzaa, let us talk about the 6 exciting facts you might didn't know about the holiday. Number 1, Kwanzaa centers around 7 principles. The 7 days of Kwanzaa are a time of celebration, meditation, and recommitment. The focus is on the Nguzo Saba, or 7 principles. On each of the 7 nights, the family gathers near a table containing 7 Kwanzaa symbols. A child lights one of the candles on the kinara or candelabra. On the first day, the black candle in the center is lit, followed by alternating the red candle on the left and the green candle on the right. After lighting the candle, the family discusses one of the Nguzo Saba's principles. Individuals are encouraged to reflect on the principles throughout the holiday and embrace them in their own lives. An African feast called the Karamu is traditionally held on December 31st. The Nguzo Saba are central to the celebration of Kwanzaa and to the African-centered values that embrace the importance of celebrating one's own culture through meaningful remembrance and connection to the ancestors. The Nguzo Saba emerged from Kawada philosophy, which evaluates the best of African thought and practice. Now that we have a better understanding of the Nguzo Saba, or the 7 principles, let's discuss each principle that represent a different day of Kwanzaa. The first principle will be Umoja, or unity. Umoja stresses the importance of togetherness for the family and the community, which is reflected in the African proverb, I am because we are. We believe that everyone in our community is responsible for one another, and that by working together, we will achieve great things. The second principle is Kujichagulia, or self-determination. That one may define themselves for themselves. It isn't just about you or me, it's about us, our community, and how we celebrate our culture and independently use our resources to self-determine our future. The third principle would be Ojima, or collective work and responsibility. This means that one's successes are shared throughout the community and vice versa. We are collectively responsible for our achievements as well as our setbacks. We must build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. Yes, to whom much is given, much is expected. The fourth principle would be Ojima'a, or cooperative economics. What this means is that sharing what we have with others to benefit everyone. It teaches us to support one another and to build businesses that benefit the whole community and help it thrive. The fifth principle would be Li'a, or purpose. This is self-reflection and action and meaning. It's not enough just to have money. Yes, you can pay the bills, buy food and other things you want, but your life will have much more meaning if your money is used for a purpose. And the sixth principle will be Kuumba, or creativity. Expressed in art, work, thoughts, acts, creativity means to perform acts that leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. And the seventh and last principle is Imani, or faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle.
I really want to surprise him on our wedding day. He has no idea that I'm getting this done.
The second interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its symbols. Kwanzaa has several key symbols that are used as artifacts to teach, remind, and inspire those in the application of Kwanzaa principles. The basic symbols used to celebrate Kwanzaa are, number 1, vibunzi, or ear corn. The vibunzi, or ear corn, symbolizes fertility and nurturing during Kwanzaa. Thus, one ear is placed on the mkeka for each child in the family. If there are no children in the home, 2 ears are still set on the MKK because each person is responsible for the children of the community. Africans are reminded that child rearing is communal or tribal affair that involves virtues of discipline, respect for others, compassion, and charity. The second symbol would be Mazio, and they are the crops that represent African harvest and acknowledgement of productive labor. And the third symbol, as mentioned earlier, is MKK, and that is the Kwanzaa mat, which represents a foundation of our tradition and history. And the fourth symbol will be Kinara. Kinara is the candle holder that represents continental Africans as our roots. And the fifth symbol will be Muhindi. Muhindi is the corn that represents our children and our future. And the sixth symbol is Nishuma Asaba, is the group of 7 candles that represent the Kwanzaa 7 principles, Inguza Saba. And the seventh symbol is Kikambecha Omaja, is the unity cup, which represents the principle of unity as the basis of all Kwanzaa principles. And the eighth symbol is Zawadi, or gifts that represent the commitments made and kept. And the ninth symbol would be Bandera, also known as the Afro-American flag, Black Liberation flag, the UNIA flag, is the flag which is a supplemental symbol and color that represents Black is the people, red is the struggle, and green is the future and hope. And the 10th and final symbol is a poster of the 7 principles of Ngozi Saba. This will be printed and displayed. The third interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its gifts. They're homemade and educational. In order to avoid the over-commercialization of Kwanzaa, gifts or zawadi handed out to family members on the 7th day of Kwanzaa are often homemade. These gifts are meant to represent encouragement, self-determination, success, and growth for the person receiving them. Some participants buy books, music, art, accessories, or other culturally themed products, preferably from a Black-owned business. The fourth interesting fact about Kwanzaa are the colors. The colors black, red, and green are a reflection of the Pan-African movement, representing unity for people of African descent worldwide. Black represents the people, and red is for the noble blood that unites all people of African ancestry, as well as the bloodshed during slavery and the civil rights movement. And green is for the rich land of Africa. And now the fifth interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its United States Postal Service stamps. The first U.S. postage stamp to commemorate Kwanzaa was issued on October the 22nd, 1997, by self-taught artist Cynthia St. James. Her designs were revalued 3 times to 33 cents, 34 cents, and 37 cents in 1999, 2001, and 2002. A total of 133 million Kwanzaa stamps were produced in 1997. Artist Daniel Minter introduced a new self-adhesive 37-cent Kwanzaa stamp on October 16, 2004. In October 2020, a new Kwanzaa stamp designed by art director Antonia Akala and Andrea Pippins was part of the Postal Service Forever Stamp compilation. And the sixth and final fact about Kwanzaa. A few U.S. presidents have wished the nation a happy Kwanzaa. When President Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle, occupied the White House, towards the end of December, they would issue a statement to all those celebrating Kwanzaa. We know that there are still too many Americans going through enormous challenges and trying to make ends meet. But we also know that in the spirit of unity, or Umoja, we can overcome those challenges together. Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush released similar statements during their time in office. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the Matter of Facts channel, and please like and click on the bell for notifications of future videos.
That was nice.
That was.
I'm glad y'all liked it. I thought it was interesting because I didn't know about the stamps and, other things. I really never got deep into Kwanzaa. I don't know. Like in my household or my family. So I thought that was very interesting.
I would each year either we go down to the Wright Museum and go to the Kwanzaa event there. But other than that, or maybe get with a family that host it, they will have food and everything. Yeah, so sometimes I would just gravitate to it, whenever possible.
Mm.
So this year, the family here in New Jersey, we're going to have an event tonight. Where we're going to get together. I'm actually going to show this video, actually. I think that was great. But it's so funny. I had everybody get a day. We are going to go through all the days today, because we won't be here after Thursday. So we're going to do it all today. And then I encourage everybody to make homemade gifts. And for 3 of the people out of 7, I made the gifts for them because they were like, I don't have time to do that. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got you covered. Yeah, so that's going to be fun. But thank you, Lakeisha, for showing that video.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. There's a couple
Yes.
things I didn't know about Kwanzaa. So
Yeah, but it was thorough. It covered a lot of parts and pieces.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah. Grand Rising, Mama Het and Maureen. I wasn't here when you all joined.
Yes, I'm glad you made it back safely. Okay, so now, is that all you want to share, Lakeisha? Was the video?
that's all.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll go over the principle of umoja, which is unity. It means to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. So it covers a lot. And the essential foundation, I'll go over that. Unity is the first and foundational principle of the Nguzo Saba, for without it, all the other principles suffer. Unity is both a principle and practice of togetherness in all things good and of mutual benefit. It is a principled and harmonious togetherness, not simply a being together. This is why value rootedness is so important, even indispensable. Unity as principled and harmonious togetherness is a cardinal virtue of both classical and general African societies. In ancient Egypt, harmony was a cardinal virtue of Ma'at, that is, righteousness, rightness. In fact, one of the ways to translate Ma'at is to define it as harmony. Harmony on the natural, cosmic, and social level. Likewise, it's called CIENG, seeing among the Dinka means both morality and harmonious living together. Thus, in both ancient Egyptian and Dinka society, one cannot live a moral life without living in harmony with other members of the community. I want to read that again. That was pretty deep. Thus, in both ancient Egyptian and Dinka society, one cannot live a moral life without living in harmony with other members of the community. If unity is in essence a principle, it is no less a practice as all other principles. For practice is central to African ethics, and all claims to ethical living and commitment to moral principles are tested and proved or disproved in relations with others. Relations, then, are the hinge on which morality turns, the ground on which it rises or falls. In this regard, we can refer to the discussion on character development through ethical instruction. Character development is not simply to create a good person abstracted from community, but rather a person in positive interaction, a person whose quality of relations with others is defined first of all by a principled and harmonious togetherness. That is a real and practiced unity. This is kind of deep, and even as I'm reading this, I'm realizing I want to go back and read it because it's kind of heavy. Another way of discussing unity is to see it as active solidarity. I'll say that again. Another way of discussing unity is to see it as active solidarity. As I read this, I'm thinking about how they say we need to be more unified as a people. But we need to look at it even deeper than just coming together, but we need to really have solidarity, so that's deeper than just coming together, being unified. This essentially means a firm, dependable togetherness that is born, based, and sustained in action. That's deep. It is usually applied to groups, organizations, classes, people, and expresses itself as building and acting together in mutual benefit. Oh, wow, that would be powerful if we see our communities really acting in mutual benefit for everybody. That's pretty good. The key here is, again, practice. In the end, practice proves everything. No matter how many books one reads on swimming, sooner or later, she or he must get into the water and swim.
Yep.
That makes sense. This may be called, on this level, the priority of practice. Finally, unity means a oneness, a similarity, a sameness that gives us an identity as a people, an African people. And inherent in this identity as a people is the ethical and political imperative to self-consciously unite in order to define, defend, and develop our interests. So it's a lot in that, but I see it clearly. It's more than just saying we are unified or we want to have unity. We have to practice it. We have to show that something is being done in that regard. Any comments?
Well, like they say, the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
I think so many have gotten so far away. I remember as a community, as a child, that anybody in the neighborhood could check me.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't where we don't know one another. I remember the days of go over to Miss Carol's house and get a cup of sugar.
Right.
We don't do that now. Everybody wants to stay by themselves and many say we're concerned about our neighbors, but we don't even know who they are.
Exactly.
We don't know that they have moved out.
Right.
And some new people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
You're right.
getting back to more of that. I'm not going to say it's not there, but definitely more of that.
Yes. Yes, and think of ways to show action in regards to our togetherness. I think they're talking about that when they say, you go to shop, and go to Black-owned businesses, so that's an action too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anybody else have any words about unity?
Well, I truly believe in unity because, you know, being successful is truly not a solo.
It's not. You're right.
You know, one another. I don't care how you do it. We need each other.
We
You know,
do.
I feel like God set it up that way, that we
Mm.
need one another. Like there's nothing really you can do really on. I ain't gonna say you can't do anything on your own, but it'll take you a lot. You know,
Longer.
Mm-hmm.
even if
Mm-hmm.
you write your book, okay, you wrote a book, but you need people to buy your book.
Right. Right.
Business. You can't run a successful business without people helping you. That's why you need somebody for human resources. That's why you need, you know, and you can't be successful in business if you don't have people to buy your products or you don't have a service. If you have a service, your business
Right.
is successful if you don't have the people to serve. Like when I really look at a lot of things, you need people. You can't even run a house effectively a lot of times because you need a plumber sometimes to come in and help you keep your
Exactly. That's
need
true.
somebody to help, you know, with things. So I just feel like God designed it like that, and we just need each other. I remember Artist's daughter used to always say, "Oh, I hate people. I can't stand people. I can't stand them." I'm like, you really don't have to change your attitude
I
because
know, right. Right.
people are supposed to go help you to be successful at whatever it is that you do.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. So you need to stop that one. You know, I can't stand people. Oh, people get on my nerves. Baby, you don't need people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it ties into what I said earlier, how when I was talking about beauty with everyone, you know, and when you see the beauty and the qualities that we bring to the table, all our people, everybody, you know, they come with something, you
Mm-hmm.
know, even, you know, sometimes you know, that tough person that has the attitude of wanting to I'm gonna say quote unquote kill. Sometimes you need that type of person when you're talking about defending a community or something. Not that you want to kill each other, but you need somebody that's willing to fight. You know, some people don't want to fight. They don't want to do anything to defend the community, but you have those people that can do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unity.
Yes.
All
Deitra,
about
you
unity.
right. You mean like the warrior.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's another way to put it.
I
Perfect
could hear
way.
you. I could hear you
And-
challenged with using the kill. Yes, the
Right.
warrior. We have to
The
have some
warrior
warriors.
spirit.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
We have to have the scouts, the actual warriors, and then the people that's gonna come up on the back end of that, the cleanup crew, you know.
There you go. That's right. It's a
It's
village.
so funny. You made me think because when I was coming up, I always wanted to, my thing was to have a daycare center like at the plants and stuff like that, where the parents could be near the children. But
Right.
I used to say I can't stand adults, so I want to work with children. But I was like,
Right.
who gonna bring the children to you?
Right. Right.
I mean, if we don't have adults, we don't have children. So
There
I had
you
to really
go. That's
like,
right.
what are you saying, Het? What are you saying? You know, but in actuality, turning that around, the adults are the children because the children are the adults.
I know that's
But
true.
anyway,
That's right.
yeah,
This
but
day.
thinking about unity, and I love that it said that this is an action word. This is not something you just, write on a piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to be I'm going to be unified with my blah, 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 with my people or
Right.
whatever. And, it is active. Unity is coming together for a common goal. I could use the Elizabeths as a
Yes.
place of unity. So that is a very good example. And I really appreciated the video And I said, oh, let me get up and start putting my my table together. So I'm over here
Right.
cleaning my artifacts, and I got my book, and I'm fixing one. I didn't realize my aunt was busted, so I'm fixing her and putting beads where the glue is, for
Okay.
camouflage. But yeah, so it got me active to get my Kanara up, my MK. I need my flag. I think Isis has the flag upstairs. I'm gonna have to borrow her
Oh,
flag.
you have a flag. That's nice.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm appreciative. But yeah, it's an action word, like love is. People say they love you, but what's the action?
Exactly.
And sometimes unity comes in different places. Like when you might not realize that somebody that that you clearly know is of a different culture or a different religion, and something happens and it will bring you all together.
Exactly. That's so true.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yes. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
No, that's good. Thanks. Well, let's see here. I think we covered what was on our charge this morning, this day rather, whatever. Queen, do you want to talk about what's coming up next in regards to how we're going to situate next year or anything like that?
Next year, let me see. Well, like I said, we have to create a day or a time where all of us can come together, not all of us,
Uh-huh.
so where I can hear from everyone and see what we're going to do. Of course, the roll in and stuff is not going to be ready, for all of that, but we know, what we're going, so we know what we're going to do, who can do what, and kick the new year off. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I was thinking about when the conception of Elizabeth, which is, my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also thinking about May and what we can do for that. And want to hear everyone else's ideas, and then get to going.
Do you mean in regards to a conference?
In regards to the ideas for the conference, yes.
Okay. Okay.
And for February, the conception.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
What we can do in regards to that, which does not have to be in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in the morning. It could just be something. It could be something.
Okay.
Just what is that something? February, I do not trust the weather.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, so we can do something, one of the evenings or something where we just invite everybody in.
Okay.
In an evening session, so those who are out of town, California and stuff like that, they can join in, no problem. And so just want to get some different ideas on what to do.
Okay.
And us coming together on how do we tighten up the show, like what's happening now, in that we're in the lull of, okay, we're through, so that's why, okay, it's time to break
Yes.
an hour. So we've
Yep,
had
there you go. That's right. It was about an hour.
yeah, and what is our intention? What are we doing?
Right.
And I need to hear it from everybody. What are we doing? What do you want out of it? What do you want to what do you expect, or what and we've done a wonderful job, and we have had people come in. I mean, that's what happens. They come and visit, and then they come back again, like Maureen.
Right. Thank goodness. Yes.
You know, and God is always bringing this is what I am finding out. It's not about the numbers. It's about the impact. It's
Yeah.
about the transformation. It's about sisters that come together to support one another. And it's about being a safe space. Millions of people is not a safe space.
Right. No.
But there's a work that we are doing, and that the Creator has called us together to do, together as well as individually. And how do we empower one another individually? How do we empower each other as a group?
Yeah.
And then, you know, each other individually, how, what do we need to focus on to help one another? You know, because who you are and who you were is who you are now is not who you were when you first started with us.
Right. Exactly. That's true.
I have really grown. I thank each one of you. I have really grown. Whether I agreed with you or not, doesn't matter. I grew. I got a different perspective on life.
Yes.
This life. And we all deal with different things in different ways. And some things some things that we talk about has no impact on me.
Right.
You know, I just hear what people are saying, but later that may, oh man, I remember, you know, because there's some things that I would think about each one of you, how you would have responded. Even if it was just, you know, Mama Head would have had her feet up in the air had she heard that, you know, just that other people in your lives coming in, because we have who we know, you know, but to see other people come in and see Stacy come in and
Yeah.
in that day get that breakthrough.
That's true.
Those
That's
are
right.
amazing times to see some friction of different opinions and stuff and see it resolved,
Right.
you know, because of who we stand for, which is the Creator, and realizing that we are one.
Yes.
And
We
that
really are.
we are one, and that and the ebb and flow of that. Some coming in and then they're gone, and leaders come in and gone, and just knowing that God is in control of this. This is the one thing I know I surrender to. You know, I
Oh,
surrender to the Elizabeth because literally God put this together. So,
right.
you know, so sometimes I think back, and I see your hand, Mama. Sometimes I think back on in the beginning when I was speaking in tongues, and I mean, God had, it was, the spirit was so heavy. And then God brought forth that I got you, I got you, I got y'all, I got you,
Right.
I got you, you know. So as we walk through and we see the victories of each of us in our lives and stuff, and then we becoming, because I mean, Mama had don't know how precious that was when she just came over. Let's go get us, you know, and then we start walking. I probably surprised her when I said, no, we can walk. We don't have to drive, you know, we can walk. And just, you know, just taking that time, because I could be so busy that I don't take that time to just
Right.
visit.
Right.
If it ain't got this purpose in it, but to just, the purpose is to just visit and be with somebody, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and all the things that we have learned throughout these years. Oh, Mama Jesus. Go ahead, Mama Head.
I'm right there with you. Oh my goodness. I look and say how I watched at peace, be a force here, and then get full enough to go and start her own business.
That's right, she
A
did.
brick and mortar,
Yes.
you know. We
Yes.
still got to make that field trip though.
Yeah,
I got to go back. And also how Mama Hawa going through her transition or her life experience, and knowing that I need to, her and Mama Ayaba saying, you know what, I got to do me and take care of myself and my family.
Right.
And knowing that, not that we say it's okay, but that was beautiful. We, you know, we felt a kind of way that they, you know, they went a different way, but they still an arm's reach away.
Right.
You know,
right.
and I'm just watching Mama Howard just do her thing, you know. I'm really enjoying watching her. And even though Nawili isn't here, Nawili hit us up daily. Like, look, I got a message, you know, here it is, you know,
Right,
and
right.
just seeing those things from the people that have they're different now, and how, I mean, we've gone through some life in here.
That's right.
And
That's
been comforted
right.
by one another and being able to share, because when we didn't have this, we might not have had that conversation to have and say, you know what, I know that my loved one has transitioned, but I'm here still, you know, being able to share their wisdom with others and remember that wisdom, you know, and be comforted by that wisdom, and more so than feeling the energy of loss. You know, because that's what usually happens when you don't have that support. You feel that loss.
That's true. Yeah.
So this has been that place for us to be creative and have our explosive creation. And when I tell you, you know, I don't know if y'all realize that when Mama Evelyn, when we do a project, it's ready for show.
Right.
I still gotta get the rest of our gallery up in the bath. You know, I still got the bathroom is calling me. She is, I mean, and it is a bathroom because she has a tub, but she is a bathroom. She is not a restroom. And but since I've done that, it's made me go out and do even more things. You know, it's been sensational. It really has.
Wow.
And I am grateful because, like Mama, like Queen said, like, you all have helped me see the other me's. And, you know, we got some that are chaos and order. They may be chaos one day and order the next. You know, it's just that, that well, it's that well blended in our smoothie maker. We a smoothie machine. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are.
That's right.
Somebody
like
blueberry, somebody.
Right.
But so there's that part. I'm complete. Love y'all.
Thank you. Though love you too.
Well, I shared with Deitra this morning before Queen got on that my friend Sasha, her name is Sasha Stevens Levy. She's an artist and a teacher also, and she lives in Wall Lake, and she has an open studio and has invited me to come up there anytime and teach.
Yay. Yes.
If you need company, I can go with you.
Okay.
I know how to go with.
Speaking of that, also, when I've been doing the events with the seniors, I also talk to them about you, Evelyn, if they would like to have some type of arts and craft, you know, then what would they like to do that's different? And they all said, yes, would love to have somebody come in here with arts and crafts.
Okay. All right. See, that's why I've been getting ready. I got all these wallpaper sample books that I'm keeping and cutting up and organizing, and yeah. I told she dad, I said, you ain't never got me nothing for Christmas. You gonna get me something for Christmas. I'll tell you what you gonna
Tell you what I want.
And I can make my faces.
Yeah.
With dolls. Yeah.
And the people, the guests that we have had on, oh my Jesus. Oh,
don't say that for Jesus.
And then what we all different individually bring to the table, because many of the guests that have come in, I have connected with them about what I need in my life that they are offering. And
Mhm.
then as we slowly unveil what we do individually, besides what we all know about, oh, I do this because I know when Miss Lakeisha said, she's talking about she got a degree and she a master in finances. I'm like, and I called her. So, just knowing what everybody does has been such a blessing. Even when Maureen came on, and Maureen came on as a guest of a guest, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that person, but Maureen
Right.
here and there, and has brought extra knowledge, some more knowledge about herbs
Mhm.
and things like that. So I also trust the spirit to know what we need and who needs to come and bring that forth,
Yes.
for us. And so it's really, really, really wonderful, 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 wonderful.
In school, our classes,
Mhm.
Mama Lakeisha getting that, I put that, I sure gave it to my to the fire yesterday. I want this. I want this
Mhm.
leveling up. I want this. And I'm like, I still haven't done it yet. I'm like, what is that? So I'm waiting for that moment when I can dive in and totally go in without the thinking about, like Reverend Amani coming in and talking about our wealth consciousness.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then, the extension being drawn. Like Lakeisha said, hey, I'm in here with y'all. I'm right here with y'all. And then the bringing
Right.
on of, right. And then the bringing on of Tabaverse. I'm still sitting on the fence. I'm like, you know what? I know when the moment's gonna be, because it's gonna be the moment. It's coming. I just wanna go in without any of these, all these haints and ain'ts on my back. So
Right.
I know what I gotta do. We got a full moon tonight.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay, what that mean? What that mean, the full moon? Because
Let me go get my book. Let me go go to the bathroom, get some water.
I do need some water. Let me go get
Yeah, me too. Let me grab my water.
Yeah, I gotta go out of here and I'm gonna go get some alkaline water. I'm gonna start drinking that again, along with purified water.
Mama Het, let me give you a new name, a new word, a replacement. Waiting. I'm waiting. I'm anticipating.
I'm anticipating.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we don't want you to be
Yes, I'm anticipating.
forever. I'm waiting.
Thank you.
Patience is like excitement, like my little baby, my little grandson.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
right.
I do. My brother does that. I do that too. Yes. And
Yeah.
thank you, Elizabeth, for growing my vocabulary. Because when I tell you the vocabulary has grown by leaps and bounds.
Good.
Thank you for what you bring to make us really aware of words and stuff.
Look, the abs nice. We tight. We got tighter spaces because we've been squeezing and everything. You know what I mean?
And then hammer time, boy, oh boy, she done got that. At least if we don't do it, we do know we're supposed to be doing it.
Right. We have new tools. Look at the tools that we got. Deitra, you got new tools. Mama Evelyn, y'all know I'm talking about new tools.
Yeah.
Did you get your egg, Deitra?
I
got your egg.
did. I
See?
did. Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
kinds,
ma'am.
and we've gone everywhere.
Oh,
We've been inside, outside, upside down, forwards, backwards.
and then, one day I really enjoyed was when we did the pedicures.
Oh, yes.
And we just, oh man, and then Sky had popped on that day.
Right.
It was when she saw that, she, went and got her stuff and, oh yes, this is so perfect,
Right.
So yeah. And then when we started doing the art,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then just seeing the transformation of all of us,
Right.
each one, nobody had the I am. It was everybody respecting and wanting
Yeah.
to embrace, one another. Good.
Yes. Yeah. I shared some of the principles on Christmas Eve when I went to dinner at RJ's Gigi house, his other grandmother. And I remember because she's been with her now husband. I don't know how long they've been married, but they've been together for 31 years.
Mhm.
I
Oh.
didn't know she was a biker chick.
Oh.
She retired.
Ooh.
She put up her colors, and they were talking about that life. And I had met two of her nieces. And one is a police officer in Henry Ford, and she's also suing them for something also, but she's retiring next year. And
Huh.
and she was saying, and if I win this lawsuit, and I touched her hand and I looked at her, I said, win. So you will win.
Come on, Mama Evelyn. Come on.
Not
Mhm.
if, when.
Mhm.
I told them about that 3-letter word, and
Uh-huh.
watch what you speak. And I also kind of introduced them to A Course in Miracles, and she actually looked it up on her phone.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
said, you can get some tidbits. I said, but it is good to be in a group. I said, find a group. It's good to find a group.
Uh-huh.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, and it was funny because I had my earrings on, and another, I think her cousin, she said, "You have scriptures on your earrings?" I'm like, "No, no scriptures." And I, told her I didn't tell her what the back said. I just, I felt she was coming at me religiously, so I said maybe I better not tell her what the back says. But then, come to find out, both of them had never read the Bible, and I said, "Well." I said, y'all, I said, I haven't either. I said, but if you're gonna read it, read A Course in Miracles too. I said, because it'll put a whole new spin on it.
But Mama Evelyn, your sayings are, I want to say your sayings are Bible verses.
Mhm.
They are the interpretation of Bible verses on the real.
On the
Extensions,
yeah.
layman's terms.
Layman terms.
T out,
Honey.
T out, dog.
It's the
Yes, yes. The language that people can understand, but also our revelations and our breakthroughs, y'all. The
Mhm.
revelations.
Yes.
There's a song by I love this group. They say, "Try Jesus, don't try me." Cause they say, "Don't try me, cause
Try Jesus.
I'll something, cause I
Right.
respond. I'm gonna slap you back. Try Jesus, don't try me, cause
Right.
I'm throughout." I love that. I'm gonna have to find that so y'all can just hear that, just that little bit. Mm-mm-mm. And then how about it's so appropriate that we're talking about all the what we've gone through since we've met.
Yeah.
How about the physical things, the challenges? Juanita, come in with cancer and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Walking her through to strengthen her and break down those things that aren't working, and and then now she's back in
teaching her her movement and school.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. And in relation to the finances and stuff, who was that? Oh, yeah.
Jacqueline.
Oh. Stacy had put in, about the new law about, your
LLC.
LLCs and stuff.
Okay.
And just, we said somebody, where can I find that information? I put in there, connect with Lakeisha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our cross-referencing, the cross-referencing.
Yes. Yeah. So that's good. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, for
That
me,
was 364 days in a day. 300 a whole year in a day in the moment.
In 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Oh, and then Sister Deitra and Mama coming into her life.
Yes, that's right. That's been a new thing this year.
That's a major thing in your life. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And having somewhere where you can just kind of throw little things.
I
And
know,
sometimes
right?
I'd say, so share about this, and then yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do.
And this, like we talked about earlier, being vulnerable. And, I feel comfortable sharing here. I do.
Mhm.
I tell you guys different things, but I know it's received with love, and whatever needs to be shared with me is given in love. So thank you.
Yeah, I shared about the two groups on Christmas Eve too. I said, the Elizabeth, and I said about the listening partners and what the different. So as I say, I've grown a lot, because of this group. And
Yes.
Look, I'm talking to you instead of because I got words and I got ammo to help keep me in line to make sure I'm straight and I'm okay.
We're good. Great.
I had a moment the other day. I have a friend that's a very popular DJ, and so she's used to people coming up and giving her energy. So when I walked in Thursday at Spotlight, I got rushed because we came, whatever time we came, people were like, oh my gosh, you guys are here, yay. And I'm not even on the docket. But people rush to love on us because, we don't see each other. Plus, we've been trapped, we've been in our homes. And so all this extra hugging and loving, you want to get all you can,
Right.
My friend told me, she said, you were unapproachable the other day. And I was taken aback. Now, Isis, the youth, told me, she said, that a good thing to say about things like that. Is that so? Or okay.
Right.
Okay. But I immediately went, wait a minute. It was cold in there and I didn't dress. I was with Reverend Omani. I had a onesie on all day. I'm warm, but I'm going out. So I want to wear my outfit. I got on a t-shirt and skin and one layer of pants. So my thing was, remember, I just said to you all, it's time for me to take time and make sure that I'm okay first. I was cold. I decided that I needed to rework I had on my little shimmy skirts. I put one on my neck and one on my hip. This is becoming my shirt, my extra warmth. So when we take time like that, people see that as us ignoring them or being unapproachable. No, what I was doing was taking care of myself because I wasn't dressed appropriately.
Yeah.
So we got to know that part too. And this has helped us. Being here has helped give us those words.
Yes.
Put your mask on first, okay? Put your mask on first.
Well, I've been really, really sensitive and very discerning about what I am projecting and why. Why am I thinking that about that?
Right.
Or about that person, or how quickly can I resolve that so that I can get back into that sweet spot?
Yes.
Definitely that, and that it's okay to be okay. And we were talking last night. It was over my sister-in-law's, and we were talking about music and stuff, and they were saying how she could get one song and play it 7 times. I started laughing because one day in heaven, I
know. I got my playlist and
Okay, all right, I know what'll bring me. Put spirit. I don't care where I'm at. I'm a dance and and stuff like that.
Right.
Oh, that song.
One
Ooh,
day in heaven,
ooh.
I related to so many things. One day in heaven, just when you break that sucker down. And Tony,
Oh yes.
Ooh,
Oh yes.
she did
Tony.
a Zoom with somebody. Not, oh man, I saw it, but I didn't go. I meant to do the Zoom. She did a Zoom with some group the other day in Atlanta. Oh, with Candace and Bricks. She
Wow.
did a Zoom. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
These are the three people let me tell you this as well, that Wednesday, I am going to meet with Baba Malik to go through the building at, let me see what I put down here.
Baba Malik, the food co-op.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Do you need company on that too?
Yeah, because I was going to invite everybody, and I don't.
Field trip.
I went to that thing that they had at the food co-op.
You did?
We could go a couple of weeks ago. I think I had shared it with you all. It was very interesting, very good actually.
Did you go into the banquet room? Were you guys in the space that you can rent for events?
No, so they had an event where people who want to get their products in their stores.
Oh yeah.
So they had, sharing the information, their expectations, what they're looking for, how you have to present, your product. And also they had another side that like offered, for small businesses, like if you may need money, you're looking for buildings, so it was like an informational with different booths. And then I took a picture with him because he was walking around. He said, "Can I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture with you?" So he used his camera. So I went back. I'm like, you know what? Can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, we have beautiful people.
We
People are
do.
Woo!
really just, oh, wow. It's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, what
And
time, Mom? What time, Queen? That's what we need to say. What time?
That's what I did not, let me see, because I think I told him 12 though. But let me,
12?
because I
Oh,
have,
I can't do 12 on Wednesday. Dang.
let me find his, Malik.
so
I
you
can
going to
come
the
at
store?
yes, a walkthrough. Or
Oh,
at
Yeah,
least to
because I
see
want to
the
use the,
conference.
seeing if we can use his space for the conference.
Oh, that
at
would
the
be
co-op. So it wasn't there. The place that we went to, it was not at the
Oh,
co-op.
okay.
It was
Okay.
on the boulevard.
Okay.
Yep, it was on the boulevard. So yeah, that would be nice to go through and walk through.
January the 4th at noon.
That's a Wednesday?
When is January 4th? I think so.
Dang.
January.
Thursday.
Okay, good. I can do it on Thursday.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. One.
Okay.
Well, I will, put an announcement
Yeah.
about that we can go and look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that would be really
Where's the address? What?
Euclid and Woodward. I don't know the address.
Okay.
No.
It'll be on the thing though.
Okay. I'd like to see it too. Okay.
Okay. All right. Is it okay if I read about the moon? This December
Yeah.
moon?
Yeah.
Oblivion?
please.
I'm gonna do this real smooth. December's moon is also sometimes called the cold moon, a time in North America when the temperatures drop and the nights grow long. And this one falls on Tuesday, the day of Mars. The cold of the moon and the heat of Mars may call for a time of internal extremes and indecision. You may feel one way very strongly about a certain thing, but then also feel with just as much strength the opposite. Didn't we just talk about that?
Mhm.
Wow. When oblivions happens, it usually comes about because of emotions hiding somewhere in the in-between. Are you afraid of missing out? Is there an aspect that you find repulsive, but you feel shame at expressing that disgust?
Mhm.
Do you want to please everyone and feel guilty about pleasing yourself?
Mm.
Take a look at the subject of choice causing you to swing on that pendulum. What is it really about? Assess the possible cost to making a final decision. What are you willing to experience, and how much is fear of the unknown influencing the back and forth swing? Make sure you listen to your own voice first. Did we cover everything that I
Sure did. Oh my goodness.
the Elizabeths have written? Okay.
Right.
So this is the December moon of oblivion. Okay, that's what this full moon is about today at 7:33 tonight. So yeah.
Is there anything in particular that we should be doing during this
Well,
time?
during full moon, I do have in this book, in my witch's date book, they do have what to do for the moon. Let me see. If I don't get to it fast, I'll send you a text. Let me see, because it is 9:52. 9:52.
While you're looking
Full moon.
while you're looking for that,
Mhm.
in my horoscope, this one sister, she'll give you questions based on where the moon is. And she said, and for me, it was saying, so I want to give this to, because all of you got Aquarian in you somewhere. That's probably the best part of you. No, I mean,
Yes, of course. Oh, this is the last
one
one.
is, how often do I feel true pleasure? Number 2, do I feel guilty about pursuing pleasure? 3, where are the energy blockages and places of tension located in my body? Next one is, can I discern how my, because I change it to I when I do it. Can I discern how my body says yes to some things and no to others? And then what else does my body need?
That's nice. Next questions.
But also are the moon in Taurus. Those are those kind of questions for me. She gives different questions based on, where she's at.
Okay.
What book is that from?
No, this is her sharing online in astrology.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's deep. This is deep. There's a couple that sisters. Ooh.
But what's her name? What's her name?
Baba, not Baba. Amira. I'll post it.
Okay. Yeah, I want.
Yeah, both of their names. I have a few that are really good. Go ahead, baby.
You're on mute, boo.
You're on mute. Did you find what you're looking for?
I did. I put a link in the chat, but you can look online, full moon rituals for December, full moon and December rituals, and it'll give you something that you can do. I think you do something different on full moons that you do on new moons.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
I had it written down somewhere, but okay.
You're so sick.
Yep.
Freedom.
Yes, you have the world at your fingertips.
I see you all, you sisters, more than I see. So you're just like my sisters. When I was at the shop, we all worked at the shop. So we would see each other at the shop. And those who didn't, they were like, why? I said, I see her. I see her all the time. So, you guys are not at the shop. And so now you guys are like sisters. I mean, literally, when I explain, it's like we're sisters. We live in the same house, and our boxes are our rooms.
Right.
And we all come down for breakfast, and there's 2 people or 3 people who are responsible for what we're going to eat that day. Some will pop in to see what we're doing. Some will, stay the whole time. Some, so that happens as well. And then when we leave, we're empowered to handle our day.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Even if it's like a day of heaviness, like what you had when you had to deal with Mama Hit with your community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And just to be able to be, I had a pastor like that, Pastor Renee. It wasn't about the program. It wasn't about the service. If you came in there and you just all messed up, Pastor Renee will stop. Come on up here.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna talk
get,
this.
get you like Rev says, I need to be cleared. And she would
Yes.
take care of that before she can go on and do other things, Okay, now we'll get back to the lesson,
Right.
but she's not gonna, really the spirit was able to move. And what I learned also was that it didn't have to be like that just because it was a small church.
Right.
Church. But when I saw Word of Faith, Butler, do it in a large, they got thousands of people. He still did the same thing because God gave the vision to her at this level. And it's not even going to say level. In this instance, and on with a large church, he still knew what he had given him, the vision that he gave him, and then the pastor, whoever was sensitive and will bend to what the spirit is saying or what the people need. And that is what happens in here. So I am so blessed for that.
Yeah. And that's something we should do individually too, I think. I mean, I should, take time to feel spirit and understand that sometimes I have to stop doing what I'm doing and really focus on spirit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ooh-wee. Gotta-
And the mixture,
Yes.
like when Lolly heard Rev say Buddhist, she came alive.
Yeah, she was like,
Yes.
hey, somebody here with me that I can relate to
Right.
on that, at that plane.
At that. And then everybody in their own and just learning, being open and to learn
Yeah.
Yeah.
about that. So we are at 9:59.
We
Hey,
made
wait a
it 2 hours in.
What are you doing?
Right. What you doing?
I was like, it was only 9:58. As soon as I said that, the clock said 9:59. I was like, no.
So I went to see Color Purple yesterday.
I did too.
And I was sitting there looking at Mama Head the entire time. That girl, I'm telling you, you could play her sister totally. Fantasia, yes,
Oh
you
yeah.
her totally. If she need a dancer and because I know she don't dance like you, and you could step in and do that dance for her, and we would never know that it was not Fantasia.
Interesting.
And the freedom of Fantasia's expression always has been just, this is what, this is it.
Exactly.
And when they were talking, the Taraji and the other three of them in particular were just talking about their sisterhood. And Taraji was saying how she would support Fantasia because she knows she had to go down a deep, dark tunnel.
Yes.
So she would snap her out. Said, I'd be right in her face. Laugh, come on,
Good.
and just the expertise that Taraji was able to give. Even there's some stuff about pay and all that kind of stuff. But she said, if I don't do this, how am I setting it up for them, the younger one? Because if I've reached this level, and then I always have to go back down to start all over, negotiating again.
Mhm.
It's not right. And she's like,
Right.
you know what, I'm about to give up acting and go into something else. Now, that being said, we're going to talk next week or whenever about Terrence Howard.
Oh yeah, right.
That brother is no joke. You know who I'm talking about, Terrence Howard?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Terrence Howard, and he's not acting. He'll talk about that, but he's a genius, and he even shares how that came about when he was young, and he would go and he would see other things in the spirit and stuff. And he said this man was there and he put his hand on his head and he said, what would you request? And he said, I want to understand.
Interesting.
And all of that about numbers and stuff, and how he just can rattle off that stuff. And so he was able to break down the flower
Yes, he is.
flower of life and all that kind of stuff. But to listen to this brother speak, and but the wisdom of God would say, I'm gonna make you popular because ain't nobody gonna listen to you.
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna go this route. I'm gonna make you popular where people just are out of being inquisitive. What?
Right.
Or even mad. Who he think he is, but what?
That's right. But they
And
listen.
then when he went before scientists, first it was like, how they're like, at the end, they couldn't find anything wrong with what he said. Now they're embracing, okay, all right, okay, let's listen to him. But his heart is that our children will understand this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Because they bored in school. That's why they cut up. They bored.
When he breaks down that 1 times 1 is not 1. How can,
Right.
and then, but they don't want to correct. They know that it's wrong, but they don't want to correct and teach it right, So, yeah. Anyway, it's been a good show.
Yes, thank you. Thank everybody.
And woo, woo.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness gracious. A big hug. Marina, you gonna pop on so we can at least see you that you are a person?
Are you outside?
She probably outside. That's what I was thinking. She outside. Well, it's unusual weather. Yesterday,
Yeah, it is.
Sunshine came out.
It is. Wait, and just as I was saying that in the car, the radio person says, the weather is about to start dropping. I said,
I know.
Yeah, last night I was at the fire. I was like, and it was so funny because I had the fire going with paper. And when Haru came out there, that's when the wood caught. And I was like, look, everything I did, like I had a vest on. So now this is chilly. I was like, it's time for me to go in. But Haru gonna make the wood catch fire. I was like, you know what? What?
You know what? Thank you.
What?
Right.
Doggone it. I've been out here all day.
There you go. I know she was outside with nature.
I've been riding my bike underneath the trees. And
riding your bike under the tree?
Yeah, in the plants. I'm going nowhere on a bike. But you know what? I hear you guys all the time in my head when I'm having a rough moment go, hug yourself, hug the world. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Face of peace and it's all right.
Oh,
I love you.
That being said, let's hug ourselves.
Mm.
And hug the world.
They gotta come.
Sorry, wrong thing.
Yeah.
Fun. Sounds fun.
See you in the morning.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Peace.